Have you ever sat alone at night and felt empty, even after praying, fasting, and giving charity? Have you ever wondered why some Muslims feel disconnected from Allah, even though they follow all the rituals? What if I told you that being a Muslim isn't just about performing prayers, fasting, or giving charity? It's about a deeper transformation, a transformation that starts in your heart, your mind, and your character. A struggle that goes beyond what the eyes can see. And by the end of this video, you may never look at your faith the same way again. Because the truth is, many Muslims are working hard, but missing the real essence of Islam. Are you one of them? Let's be honest, rituals have become routine. We pray because it's expected. We fast because it's Ramadan. We give charity because we feel we should. But inside, our hearts might feel empty. Think about it, you perform prayer 5 times a day, but your mind wanders to complaints, anger, or worries. You fast from dawn to sunset, yet your patience collapses at the smallest inconvenience. You give charity, but sometimes more for social recognition than genuine compassion. Rituals alone cannot purify the heart. They can guide us, yes, but without reflection, without sincerity, they're like a cup with a crack. It looks full, but it cannot hold water. Islam is not about what others see. It's about who you are when no one is watching, about the person you are becoming, not the person you are performing to be. So, if rituals alone are not enough, what is the real struggle? It begins with something you carry within you every day, your own self. The inner struggle. The real challenge for a Muslim isn't standing in prayer. It's standing against your own desires, your ego, and your impulses. Every day, you face small tests, controlling anger when someone insults you, resisting jealousy when others succeed, speaking truth when lying seems easier. These battles are silent, invisible, and exhausting, yet they define you far more than rituals ever could. This is the struggle against the self, the jihad al-nafs. And unlike physical challenges, it doesn't end after a day. It's ongoing. Every thought, every word, every action is a battlefield. Here's a truth many overlook: the world can't see these victories. No one will applaud when you control your temper or forgive someone who wronged you. But Allah sees. And in that unseen victory lies the greatest reward, the truest peace, and the kind of strength that no one can take away. And yet, most Muslims fail this struggle, because they are focused on appearances, not character. Beyond appearances, it's easy to look pious. Wear the right clothes. Follow the rules. Speak the right words. Social media makes it even easier to appear religious without really being transformed. But true Islam is not about appearances. It's about what lies within: patience in hardship, honesty when lying is convenient, humility when pride is tempting. Imagine a person who prays on time, gives charity, and fasts diligently, yet harbors hatred, envy, or arrogance in their heart. Their rituals are empty. Now imagine a person who struggles quietly with their own ego, forgives repeatedly, and treats everyone with kindness, even when it's not returned. Their impact is invisible to most, yet it radiates far more than any ritual ever could. Islam is not about perfection in what the world sees. It's about sincerity, integrity, and transforming the soul. It's about becoming a person whose actions and character are aligned with divine purpose. So, how can we begin to truly transform ourselves and not just perform rituals? Let's explore practical steps you can start today. Steps to real transformation. Step 1: self-awareness. Reflect every day. Look at your thoughts, words, and actions. Ask yourself, am I acting with sincerity, love, and purpose, or out of habit, fear, or desire for recognition? Awareness is the first step toward real transformation. Step 2: small consistent actions. Transformation is not sudden, it's gradual. Start with small actions. Smile genuinely at someone. Control your temper in one situation today. Help someone quietly, without expectation of praise. Small victories strengthen your soul, creating a foundation for bigger changes. Step 3: reconnect with purpose. Remind yourself why you follow Islam, not to impress others, not for rituals alone, but to purify your heart, serve humanity, and strengthen your relationship with Allah. Align your daily actions with this purpose. Step 4: patience in the invisible. Most rewards come from unseen deeds: controlling anger, choosing honesty, forgiving silently. These are not celebrated by society, but they shape your character and bring true inner peace. Step 5: consistency over perfection. You will make mistakes. You will falter. But what matters is striving consistently. Islam values sincere effort more than flawless execution. Every step toward improvement counts, no matter how small. Remember, this journey is personal, quiet, and unseen, but it is the path to real fulfillment, peace, and closeness to Allah. The silence within, understanding the hidden void. Every Muslim carries a story inside them, a story that no one else sees. A story of silent battles, quiet moments of doubt, private tears shed on pillows. And those deep conversations you have with yourself when the world is asleep. You see, Islam isn't just a religion you practice. It's a journey you feel. A journey that often asks you to step into the uncomfortable corners of your own soul. And if you've ever felt distant from Allah, if you've ever felt like your iman rises and falls like waves, if you've ever felt like you're doing everything right yet something still feels wrong, you're not alone. This is the silent void that almost every Muslim experiences at some point in their life, but very few ever talk about it. Pause. But here's the truth. That void is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that your soul is searching for meaning, depth, and real connection. It's your spiritual heart telling you, there's more to you than the version you're living. And acknowledging that is the beginning of transformation. When faith becomes a habit instead of a lifeline, somewhere along the way, many Muslims shift from living their faith to just performing it. You wake up, pray, work, pray again, sleep. But the fire inside, the passion, the connection, it slowly begins to fade. Your prayer becomes a habit. Your words become routine. Your actions become checklists. But your heart, it quietly whispers, where are you? What happened to us? Have you ever prayed, but your heart was empty? Have you ever fasted, but all you felt was hunger, not spiritual awareness? If the answer is yes, then you are experiencing something that countless Muslims silently go through. The ritual is present, but the soul is missing. But here's what most people don't realize. Rituals are not the destination. They are the path. A vehicle. A means to transform you. Prayer isn't about movement, it's about alignment. Fasting isn't about hunger, it's about discipline. Charity isn't about money, it's about compassion. And when these acts don't touch the heart, they cannot change the life. Why we lose ourselves in this journey? So how do Muslims lose their spark? How do we drift away, even while staying religious on the outside? Because life happens. Stress. Work. Disappointments. Responsibilities. Relationships. Failures. Trauma. Slowly, without noticing, your heart becomes heavy. Your soul becomes tired. Your mind becomes distracted. And your faith becomes distant. Not because you don't love Allah, but because you got lost in the noise of the world. And this is where many Muslims make the biggest mistake. They blame themselves. They think they're bad Muslims. They think Allah is angry with them. They think their faith is broken. But listen carefully, your iman does not break. It changes. It moves. It breathes. It rises and falls, because you are human. A heart that feels distant today can feel close tomorrow. And Allah accepts you in both conditions. In your strength and in your struggle. The battle no one sees, fighting yourself. Let's talk about the hardest part of being a Muslim. Not praying. Not fasting. Not charity. Not modesty. The hardest part is fighting yourself. Fighting your anger when someone disrespects you. Fighting your pride when someone corrects you. Fighting your desires when temptation calls you. Fighting your ego when you're wrong but don't want to admit it. Fighting your jealousy when others succeed. Fighting your laziness when it's time to change. Fighting your thoughts when they pull you into darkness. Fighting your past when it wants to control your present. These battles happen quietly. No one claps when you win. No one sees when you lose. No one celebrates your victory over your ego. But Allah sees. And that is enough. Because every time you win a silent battle, even a small one, You purify your soul in a way no ritual can replicate. Why character matters more than appearances. In today's world, it's easy to look religious. You can dress the part, speak the part, act the part, post the part. But Islam doesn't care about performances. It cares about transformation. If you pray but break people with your words, if you fast but can't control your temper, if you give charity but judge those who have less, if you speak about Islamic knowledge but treat people poorly, then your rituals are just shadows without substance. The people who will stand highest in the end are not always the ones you see in front rows of the masjid. Not the ones posting religious quotes. Not the ones speaking the loudest. But the ones who have the softest hearts. Who forgive quietly. Who help secretly. Who speak kindly. Who remain humble. And who work on their flaws, even when no one sees. The power of hidden deeds. There is something special, something priceless, about deeds no one knows about. When you give charity secretly. When you forgive someone but never mention it. When you pray for someone without telling them. When you hide someone's mistake instead of exposing them. These deeds transform your soul in ways public acts never can. Because the purest deeds are the ones done only for Allah. Not for praise. Not for respect. Not for reputation. Not for validation. Not for likes. Not for recognition. Just for Him. And these are the deeds that strengthen your connection with Him in ways you can't imagine. Healing from within, the journey to inner peace. Islam is not just about rules. It's about healing. Your heart seeks peace. Your soul seeks purpose. Your mind seeks clarity. Your life seeks meaning. And Islam provides all of this, not through perfection, but through effort. When you stand in prayer even though you feel broken. When you hold onto your patience even though the world tests you. When you choose kindness even though you're hurt. When you forgive even when the pain is deep. When you make dua even when you feel unheard. These moments shape you. They soften you. They elevate you. Because real peace does not come from an easy life. It comes from a meaningful life. A life lived with sincerity, humility, and trust in Allah's plan. So, what do we learn? The real struggle of a Muslim is not in rituals. It's in mastering the self. It's about becoming a person who is patient, sincere, humble, and compassionate, even when no one is watching. It's about aligning your inner world with your outer actions. So today, start small. Reflect, act, transform. Because being a Muslim is not about being perfect, it's about striving sincerely, every single day, in ways that only Allah can see. Like this video if it made you reflect, share it with someone who needs this reminder. And subscribe for more content that inspires the heart and awakens the soul.